use my affiliate link to support the channel down in the description.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're back at Genesis Gaming with returning guest Kyle. And what do you have here for us today?
Snake Eye Salad, but fully realized.
Hell yeah.
The last deck profile was kind of more like a beta test to see how good the cards were, and yeah, they're really good.
Agreed. If you watch this on stream, you can find the deck on stream. It's very awesome. I think it's a very underrated fire variant at the moment, with everyone gleaming to the other decks. I think Snake Eye Salad is still very good. So if you before we get into it, do you have any shout outs?
I'd like to shout out MetaGamesGX for having me on the channel as always. Shout out Genesis Gaming and Hobby for giving me a place to play, and shout out to the Shadow Realm.
Hell yeah. Let's get into it. And how many main deck?
45.
Very nice. What do you feel about 45? Is that okay with this variant?
It's perfectly fine.
Great.
The Salad Access, the Salad Engine, so accessible. There's really no reason to say, oh, you need to play 40. I mean, you can, but there's not really a card that you can cut from this deck.
Sure.
Unfortunately speaking. All right, so we're going to start off. This might be a little controversial, but I'm playing 3 Ash. If you hate me for this, don't worry. I need this card. This deck's worst matchup is Branded, so it's kind of just unfortunate that I do need to play this card, because, like, yeah, you can heat of this, but if I'm going first against a fire deck, they're gonna heat of something from my graveyard anyway. So, like, playing this as a hand trap is, like, not even close to a downside. And I can bring it back with Wolf. It's a level 3 tuner. It is a fire effect monster. It's not like the card ever became bad. It just became bad to, like, not use it properly.
Yep.
And now, if you want to hate me even more, 3 Flame Buffalo. This card is insane in this deck specifically, because you can get so much mileage out of just using it for your normal summon, or like pitching it for costs for other cards that we'll get into later. And yeah, this card is just really insane.
I think you're starting to see people run 3 of it over Salad of Fire, and finally coming back to you, because people thought, it's like, why don't you run 3 Salad of Fire? It's because this is just better in most cases.
No, the reason they're playing this now is because this is the way to play around Droll.
For the last, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. They only do things when people do stuff to them. They're not proactive, they're reactive. Sorry. I'm not very proactive with how I play. 3 Gazelle. Gazelle is just... Gazelle. This card is insane. Anytime there's a salad list, if you don't have 3 Gazelle in it, I wonder what you're doing. I more so can't really explain, like, why I'm playing 3 Gazelle, because it's kind of just mandatory.
It's just salad.
Yeah.
Gazelle.
Yeah.
That's your justification.
And same thing with 3 Spinny. This card is nuts. It's just a free extender. Works really well in the deck, and I love it. It's one of the best pitches off some of the cards in this deck. And now we're getting into 3 Foxy. Basically, my philosophy is you play 1 Foxy for every Buffalo you play. Foxy's actually really good this format. Popping spells and traps is huge, because it can pop Fire King Sanctuary, my friend Purrely, just some other extraneous cards that exist, and pop King Sarcophagus, so
Very
the
big.
Horus players can't really do anything about that. Yeah.
It's good to have in a house spot removal. I wish my deck did.
Yeah. And now on to the Salad 1-ofs. 1 Jack Jaguar, 1 Falco, 1 Weasel, and 1 Mole.
So talk to me about Mole, which is your wanted poster target of the Salad Engine.
Mole is sick. This card is so good. Severely underrated in previous Salad builds. I played this card before.
Can you talk about the interaction with the deck?
Okay, so Mole is good for 3 reasons. 1, it's a salad name that can summon itself for free. 2, it's a level 1 fire monster, so you can always access this card. And 3, this graveyard effect to banish itself to target 5 salad cards, shuffle into the deck, and draw 2 gives you so much of a grind game that you couldn't normally have before. Weasel is really good, and I'll get into it later when I talk about how this deck can play around Interruption, and Falco and Jack, they're just there because Jack Jaguar is really good and Falco is underrated. People stop playing this card. I don't understand why. This card's nuts.
Also, the interaction with Snake Eyes Oak is very underrated.
Yes, I'll get into that in a little while. And onto the salad spells and traps, the one-ofs, Sanctuary, Rage, Rar, and Will. Will is really good. It's the best pitch off original. Because you just use it, bring a guy back, then get rid of this thing, summon a guy from the deck. Rar, insane counter trap. Rage, pop 4 is fantastic. Field spell, you need it. But you can play that. You can do your full combo without the field spell.
Really? Yeah.
I'll get into it later. And then 3 circle and 3 sign at mining. Circle's really good because as a searcher you can activate in the draw phase, meaning you play your own draw, and giving your reincarnated monster unaffected by monster effects is good against SP. Sign at mining. It's a, how do I say this? Sign at mining is good when you're playing cards like Flame Buffalo. But if you're not playing Flame Buffalo, personally speaking, I'm not against you not playing this card. It loses to draw. Its cost can be mitigated, but sometimes you're in situations where you kind of can't mitigate it. But the reason I'm playing this is because I'm playing 3 Buffalo.
Fair enough.
You need to search out your normal summon. If you don't find Buffalo, there are some hands where you can do the main combo, but you have like no follow-up. And then 3 Droplet and 1 Call by the Grave. I'm electing to not play Infinite Impermanence in this variant because I just don't have the room. If I did have the room, I'd play it. But I like Droplet more. Unfortunately, they're all different rarities, so I kind of feel terrible about it. Droplet is really, really good in this deck. This deck has so much mileage from Droplet alone.
Yeah.
Because you can just play through so much interruption for basically free. And you can break boards while building your own from like triggering Gazelle, or if you normal summon Flame Buffalo, you can pitch the normal Buffalo to this as cost, which can trigger its effect to discard and draw 2. And Call by the Grave, you kind of need it in this format. This deck basically, well, it doesn't auto lose. It just, this deck has a tough time against D-Shifter.
It's good against Princess too.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's bad to turn off your own Princess, but yeah.
I don't care. I'd rather go about it in the matchup of if my opponent can be denied as much interaction as possible, I'd rather lose my own ability to have said interaction to make sure I don't lose. Now we got 3 Wanted and Diabell Star. Wanted, another searcher you can activate in the draw phase.
So
basically,
what? Okay.
This card gets you a 7, and then this 7 gets you fire effect monsters. So you can use the 7 and Weasel to make Baron, and then use the fire effect monster to continue your salad plays. Perfectly fine.
You still run Baron in here. We love it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Why not? It's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. I mean, Weasel plays around Imperm too, so it has like multiple different uses.
And Lightning Storm. And evenly matched. And now onto the Snake Eyes. Sinful Spoils, Divine Temple, Ash, Poplar, Birch, Oak, and Flammberge. This is
So talk to me about that lineup.
Okay, so this can get you any of these 4 and Mole from your deck, but you don't want to summon Mole from your deck.
Yeah.
Divine Temple is a search off Poplar, and it allows you to play past Nibiru because you can just put Oak in the spell and trap zone, and then when they summon the Nib token, you just summon the Oak and then continue to play.
Yep.
Ash is insane. It can search either any of these, or you can search Mole. Poplar is nuts. Putting Buffalo in the spell and trap zone so you can pitch it off Droplet is nuts. Same thing with Falco.
Yeah.
Birch is a free extender, and Oak is a free revive. Oak can bring back level 1s that are banished or in your graveyard. So when you banish Mole to draw 2, basically the theory is you'll use Original to put either one of these 2 or maybe 3 on the bottom and then search out Oak.
Yeah.
Then you banish Mole. Then you banish Wanted to put this on the bottom and draw a card. And then you banish Mole to spin 5 back and draw 2.
Oh, that's so good.
So you're drawing 3, searching 1, and the one that you're searching can bring back said Mole. So your grind game is essentially reset.
Do you want to ever add more Snake Eyes Ash or Original?
No.
Would you run Bonfires?
No.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure for the people who are trying to build this profile if they need bonfires or not.
No, you don't need bonfire. Bonfire would actually be a brick.
I was about to say, if you only run one poplar, that's like completely incorrect not to. And you like this engine like it is. It's really strong, guys, too. He's able to go through it very easily. All he needs is like one into this engine, and it completely layers on top of the salad deck. It's very good, and I highly recommend you guys try it out.
And Flammberge's fantastic.
Just an insane card.
Being able to either get rid of the opponent's stuff, or like putting your own monsters back into your back row is really nice. One thing that I do like is using Flammberge to put Buffalo in the back row and then destroying it with Foxy. Because Foxy can pop up pop.
Oh, yeah, that's so funny. I love that.
Yeah, you can do the same thing with your opponent's monsters. Yeah, that's why I like playing it. Also, the floating into 2 level 1s allows you to have...
Or the Helio, too, yeah.
Yeah, so like Snake Eye Ash plus Gazelle is full combo because you normal summon Ash, get Poplar, and then you can get Divine Temple.
Do you want to show me that combo after this profile?
Afterwards, yeah. I'm getting carried away trying to explain how to play the deck in the middle of talking to you about how the deck is built. All right, now to the extra.
It's a cool ass deck. I don't blame you.
Yeah, this deck is so sick. Triple Balinks. This card's nuts. That's it. Just level 4 lower Cybers.
Watch the stream today, guys, if you want to see me not playing around Balinks.
Triple Wolf.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Wolf is insane. How I'd go about this is Wolf is a perfect bridge from the Snake Eyes and into your Salad engine because it turns your 2 fire effect monsters into a Salad name, which you can get rid of for link material to summon the Gazelle in your hand. And bringing back a fire monster is like really nice because you can bring back Ash, you can bring back Snake Eyes Ash, you can bring back Gazelle.
That's why I only have to run one of each.
Yep.
Yep.
Double Heat Leo. This is contentious, but the reason I'm playing this is twofold. 1, it's a perfect bridge into Phoenix, and 2, if you use Flammberge to put a guy in the spell and trap zone, you can spin it back to the deck to get around floating effects like Mirage Jade.
Does that come up a lot?
Yeah, it actually came up once.
Nice.
Obviously, if you want to play Link Haribo and IP Masquerena, I won't blame you at all.
You can, right?
Yeah, this is just my personal preference because I think this card is actually really good. It dogs on Fire King Sanctuary. Basically, any of the continuous spells and traps you're going to see, it forces Flammberge from the opponent if you can't get them to commit it.
So it actually has a huge amount of utility in this format.
Yes. Well, for this deck specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a utility every format. People just don't believe it. 2 Phoenix. This card is fantastic. Everyone knows exactly why this card is fantastic. The reason that I like it in here a lot is because...
You get both effects.
Yeah, you get both effects. Like, everyone's just playing 1 Phoenix, and I'm like, I get it, but you're missing out. They really are. This card is insane. Being able to just float into a huge guy is just sometimes too much for the opponent to deal with, and they pass their turn, and you just win the game from there.
Yeah.
And being able to search a salad card is really nice. There's actually a combo in here that allows you to do full end board with only salad combo. And then 1 Hita and 1 Promethea.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, I know, it's expensive. Hita is in here because bringing back fires is insane. Rescue Ace, Fire King, even against this deck.
Yeah.
Or like bringing back like incidental fire monsters is just like really nice. It allows you to
Punishing Ash Blossom.
Yeah, it just takes your link to. Because sometimes you don't want to make the wolf because you want to be able to combo off. Like if you only on the Snake Eye stuff, like you don't have access to the salad cards. You're gonna want this to combo off even harder. And Promethea is like the best fire support card that anyone has ever given anyone. This card is so insane. Being able to bring back Flammberge from the graveyard and then linking Flammberge and Promethea off for Phoenix in order to bring back 2 level 1s is nuts. Because you can just use the 2 level 1 bodies for whatever you'd like. Because you can make a wolf and then reincarnate the Phoenix and then chain block it that way. So they can't stop your search, which is really fun.
People doubted me when I said that Promethean Princess is going to change fire decks forever.
No, this card's nuts.
Yeah.
And then on to the generic
Oh
cards.
my god, you're just pulling out the heat.
SP is insane in this deck because your Snake Eye engine, after you use Flammberge with Promethean to make your Phoenix, it floats into 2, so you can just make an SP on top of your Salad end board. And Baron is in here because Diet Bellstar's a 7 and Weasel's a 3. So you can basically just do the Baronne combo with guaranteed follow-up from original. So any spare card that you have that you don't really care about being on the field can just turn into the fire effect line, which can lead into a Hita, which can lead into Promethean, and then boom, there's your Raging Phoenix. Yeah. This list has a lot of utility. And the final card in the extra deck is Mirage Stallo. There's a guy in the last profile that said I shouldn't be playing Mirage Stallo because it locks you. I rarely make this card.
Yeah.
The only time you're ever going to want to make Mirage Stallo is when you have, like, nothing and you need to convert your field into something that matters. Because there's going to be times where you only have enough material to make the Promethean. Mirage Stallo solves that entire problem.
Oh, really?
And locking you into fire effects isn't the absolute worst because it doesn't stop you from summoning your monsters. I mean, you can make the Baron anyways. And the bounce is fantastic removal as well. For anyone that was concerned. Sometimes I'll just make the card for the bounce because the bounce is just way too good to pass up.
That's fair. Let's see that side deck.
All right, side deck. Let's get it started with 1 Kurikara, searchable off Ash, recurable off Oak. You can also find this off Original. This card is fantastic. There are going to be some decks where you don't want to side this card because it doesn't do a single thing. But when this card is good, it is fantastic.
And you only need 1, obviously, because it's highly searchable.
Mm-hmm. Triple Droll, triple Ghost Spell.
Oh my god, that
triple
goes
Nib.
spell. So, what do you think of this hand trap lineup?
This hand trap lineup is great. You have Nib for combo decks, Ghost Bell for the mirror match and or any deck that's using Promethean, and Droll for any Wombo combo decks like Dragon Link or Vanadium. Basically, how I'd go about this is you would want to side out cards like Forbidden Droplet that are not going to be good. The reason why is because, yeah, Droplet's really good, but why would you need a Droplet when they don't have a board, can't establish a combo, or just lose to a single interruption?
Okay.
Yeah.
For the more specialized decks that those are good against.
Yeah, Droplet's good in game 1, but it's not good in games 2 and 3. Because your opponent's just going to either find a way to play around it. You'd rather not commit the cards to the field, and if you're going second, you'd want hand traps anyways, not board breakers, because board breakers won't do anything in this format.
I like the smoke screen into hand traps.
Oh, don't worry, the smoke screen gets even better. And then you have the Thrust, Talents, Subversion, and
This
Soul
thing's
Release.
insane in your deck.
Yeah, no, Subversion is fantastic in this deck.
Especially in your variant,
Yes.
too. I don't know.
Yeah, being able to put a monster back and then spin it with Heat Leo is hilarious. And by hilarious, I mean it's actually really good.
It's very easy.
People should consider it for their fire piles, honestly.
Yeah.
Soul Release is really good because you can just win the mirror match. And another
It's
thing,
a thrust target, yeah.
And another thing, the reason I'm playing Ghost Bell and not Crow is because I lose to Soul Release, so I need to play to my outs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can't afford to have my graveyard interacted with at all. And then Thrust and Talents. I could play these in the main deck, I just don't.
Yeah.
I would cut Droplet for 2 Talents, 1 Thrust. But
Awesome.
I like Droplet in the main deck. And then the final card is Typhon. So basically the theory is that there's going to be matchups where you don't want to make the Baron, or like you can't afford to have the inconsistency of not seeing it, and you need a board and you need something that like proactively wins the game. So you would just side out the Baron for this, and then just keep your deck basically the same, or you could just side out the entire Snake Eye package and then go ahead and play. So the Snake Eye package is, 9 cards? So you would just side in 3 Nib, 3 Troll, 3 Ghost Spell, or Tactics, Thrust, Subversion, and then you'd side this in with the Baron. So it basically, like, it will take the Synchro Salad aspect apart, and it will basically remove the Sinful Spoil stuff, but you'll just be playing Salad with hand traps and a really good board breaker. That's the theory behind it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. That's an awesome profile.
Yeah, this list is sick.
Would you recommend people this be the variant you play of Salad if they're trying to, or at least to experiment with the Snake Eyes stuff? Because I see a lot of people still not doing that. Like, people were surprised when they saw Flammberge in your deck, and like, you were making way bigger boards than like traditional Salad does.
So basically, I'd only go about this if you can afford it.
Yeah.
You don't have to get like the super high rarity cards that I have, but if you can afford this, do it. It's a blast. This deck is so much fun.
You can skip the bonfires. That's like $300 right there.
Yeah, you can skip bonfires. You don't need it.
Yep.
Well, not for this deck. For another Snake Eye pile, yeah, you're going to, but not this one.
Could you possibly show us your favorite combo in this deck, or maybe the most important one that interacts with the Snake Eye stuff as well?
Okay, so the best way to go about this is to just show you how 3 cards can get you a full end board. And it's these 3.
Yeah, this will be good to show off the ceiling of the deck.
So you're gonna go Wanted in the draw phase, and then chain Circle still in draw phase. So with Circle, you're gonna get Weasel, and then with Wanted, you're gonna get Diabellstar. Let's just put 2 random cards down. They theoretically matter, but they really don't. So this is your 5-card opener. You pitch 1 to summon Diabellstar. And then Diabellstar will get you Original. This is a graveyard. You're going to normal summon the Weasel. And you use these 2. And you're going to make the Baron and then summon the Gazelle. Gazelle effect will pitch Spinny. Spinny effect to revive itself, and then use it to make Balinx. Balinx effect will
all under nib, folks.
Yeah, your opponent can't nib you. This is way too funny not to show. Then you'll get the Sanctuary, and then you'll activate Original, and you'll send the Gazelle in order to get Ash, and then Ash will get Poplar.
That's so good.
Divine Temple, you'll need that later. Then you'll use these 2
fire effect monsters
to make Wolf.
They're good.
And then you'll use Poplar's effect to put Gazelle in the spell and trap zone for Divine Temple reasons.
Divine Temple reasons. You're good if you have to think for a second. I can cut
Actually,
it down.
no, you don't have to make the Wolf first.
That's fair.
Sorry, you're going to want to use Snash's effect to get the Flammberge out of the deck, and then make the Wolf that way so you can proc its effect. Boom. Use these 2. Make the Wolf Flammberge effect.
That's so good.
Bring back these 2. I don't want to do that just yet. You'll put Flammberge in the back row. And then with Wolf effect, you'll bring back the Gazelle. Then you'll use these 2. Make Promethea. Use these. Make Phoenix, and then reincarnate. So now you have... So if this card was RAR that you pitched off Diabellstar, you can chain block the entire thing. But right now we're just doing Chainlink 1 Phoenix, Chainlink 2 Weasel. Just give them, I don't know, a Balinx.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. And then this goes on the bottom, and then you'll draw a card. And then afterwards you'll activate Divine Temple. And with Divine Temple, you'll put Oak in the back row.
Very nice.
So when your opponent normal summons a monster, you get to summon Flammberge, and then with Flammberge you can summon Oak, and then Oak can bring back...
You also forgot to search.
Ash, let's just presume... If you're going to search out a card, it's probably going to be Rage. So your end board is this.
That's so good.
Yeah. One of the coolest things that I really do
And
like
Imperm is off too, yeah.
You can't Imperm, you can't Lightning Storm. Evenly just doesn't do anything because I'll just win the game from you not having access to anything afterwards. You can't kill me from the lack of a battle phase. You can't nib me. You can't droll me. You can't ash me. One thing I really do like about this deck is that Balinx also Like, oh, you interact with Balinks? Boo-hoo, I don't care. I really don't care. The thing about it is that Promethea is insane. And the reason is because of Weasel. So if I make Promethea, like if I have no access to Balinks or Sanctuary, I can use Promethea and then use those and make Phoenix. Then with Weasel, I can just summon, I don't know, Gazelle to your field. And then that will trigger Promethea if I have an extra fire on the field from Flammberge. So I could just pop this fire, pop that, summon Promethea, and then 3 + 1 is 4. So you can just manually make Phoenix. You don't need Sanctuary, meaning you can freely activate Divine Temple.
Oh, it's, okay, that's what you were talking about before.
Or if you did get Sanctuary, you can use it to reincarnate the wolf first. Or in the case of which you have Subversion with Flammberge, you can get 2 spins with Heat Leo, so you can just crack their board. Yeah, it's nuts.
Awesome.
This deck is so linear. Well, not linear. This deck can.
I was gonna say you were going
from line to line super easily, with no downside whatsoever.
This is an awesome deck profile.
Yeah,
I really,
deck is sick.
yeah, it's my favorite variant of your salad deck. So thank you for coming back on.
Variant
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
This deck is so much fun.
Highly recommend you guys check it out. Thank you very much for coming on the channel, Kyle. And most importantly, I want everybody to go subscribe to Kyle's YouTube channel that he's going to be starting up sometime in the future. What do you have a name for it right now, or do you just want?
It's Firebrand YGO.
Firebrand YGO will be added in the title of this video and also a link down in the description. Kyle is the fire expert that I bring on the channel whenever I need consultation on fire deck.
Did you know that I have channel memberships now? This is the best way that you can support the channel and get some awesome perks. You get access to the hidden Discord group chat where you get to ask me any questions about your decks. You get early deck lists, some early videos even, and exclusive emotes to use in the YouTube chat. And you get to duel me once a month. The best part is you get to support amazing branded and Yu-Gi-Oh content going forward. So what are you waiting for? Sign up for the memberships down below. Thanks for watching the video.